Keith.
Good morning, Irina.
I know it's your first time here in Kansk, but not the first time that you're in Siberia.
Oh, absolutely right. Yes, I've travelled to, well, you named the city and I've almost been there doing international exams.
And here in Kansk today you're doing international exams.
I am, yes.
Can you tell us a little about this exam? Why is it important for the students to take exams?
Well, exams really achieve three things. Firstly, students like to show some sort of progress. It's very easy for a student to give up if they don't feel they're getting anywhere. So in the exam, working particularly from A1, which is the simplest level, right up through A2, B1, B2 and C1, is really a good way of students monitoring their progress and actually having something tangible, something possible to aim at. If they're just going to go from nothing to a state exam, the jump is huge. Whereas going from A1 to A2 is always something that the students can achieve, probably either in the next year or next 18 months. So for students, it's incredibly motivational. The second thing it does is brings confidence in language when it comes to the state exams. Certainly those students who have done the international exams then find the state exams are absolutely nothing to worry about. We've done exams, yeah, it's another exam. Let's just do it.
Easy for them.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the students preparing to take exams?
Speak English. Unlike many exams, there is no formula answers. It's not the case of learning answers, it's a case of demonstrating the language that you've got. So be natural and use the language you've got. But it's also actually important, believe it or not, for parents, because I guess Kansk is like many cities and towns around Russia. There are many private and language schools and language teachers.
Yeah.
So consequently, the parents are spending money, they're investing in their education. To do so in a school that has the confidence and the ability to submit their students, not that the teacher says your kids are doing well, but an independent exam board says your students have achieved that level, is actually great value for money for parents, because the parents then know what the schools are telling them is accurate and correct. In other words, they're not just taking money and not delivering good English teaching.
Right, that's what I always tell parents.
Yeah, and you're right to. You're absolutely right to. And actually, as I said, it is for good for three reasons. The other reason it's great is because ultimately having good English speakers is good for Russia, because Russia trades with the world. You need international business, you need international outlook in politics as well. So being able to influence and trade throughout the world with, whether you like it, English is the language of business, is actually incredibly important for the development and the economics of Russia as well.
Yeah. And one last question.
Yes.
Yesterday we had a meeting with the students.
Yes.
Anything that surprised you? Anything that you were glad with to see?
Oh, it's always lovely when these kids, many of whom would not have spoken to a native English speaker before, suddenly realise they can understand this old bald-headed Englishman. They can understand me. I can understand them. We could communicate. They were asking me questions. They understood the answers. So it was absolutely fantastic to see almost the kids realise that all this academic studying, which some would say has no purpose, they suddenly see the purpose in. It's a bit like learning to kick a football and then suddenly playing at the Luzhniki Stadium. You suddenly realise, I've achieved, I can do something.
Right, yeah. And they also feel that if they understood by a native speaker, that's an achievement.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, thank you, Keith.
Pleasure, and it's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.